So what's that? We've got 5 mints up this week, 5 cracker mints. Okay, sweet. I'll make a video on it right now. This week, there are a bunch of cracker NFT projects that are minting. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run through and break down the 5 that I am personally minting myself. Now, first up, in no particular order, is Bad Influence. Now, Bad Influence has a very stacked team. The guys that are actually running it have actually done some big moves before, actually kind of succeeded in business outside of NFTs. So this is a natural progression of it. Now, Crypto Gorilla did a great breakdown of the team, how it actually all works together, and I'd suggest going to check that out if you're interested in Bad Influence. Now, Champ and Crypto Gorilla are also advising on this project, so you know that it's got their stamp of approval. Now, the other thing is they've also got an MVP when it comes down to an application which will be taking what their artwork is but putting it into a sort of digital sense, so you've actually got these avatars. Now, I've actually got beta access to the app. Now, this is me actually using their app right now. So as you can see, I can swap through the different avatars that you've got. So you will be able to use your avatar as this kind of avatar itself when you kind of use it in the metaverse on different applications using AR, VR, things like that, which is really cool. You can also change the background as well. So it's really cool. So I'm excited for this project because they have actually kind of delivered on an MVP. They've got some great concepts, great ideas to decentralize what's actually happening in Hollywood, which I think is really cool, very interesting, and a very good play. Hey, real quick, I am going to be doing a surprise whitelist giveaway in this video. What I want you to do is tell me where this jacket is from. If you've seen this jacket before, let me know in the comments below, and also drop your Twitter handle so I can find you and notify the winner. Anyway, let's kick on with the video. Next up is Subway Rats. Now, Subway Rats, I spoke to these guys stupid early, and what they've got is they've got a supply of 10,000 and it's a free mint. Now, with what they're doing is they're going to be giving out the rats as a free mint, but then there is going to be some gamification. And then on the website, you can actually kind of click on the different subway stations, and they essentially mapped New York. Now, when I was speaking to Davey, the developer, he's not from New York, but what was crazy is that he feels like he understands and knows New York because he's kind of mapped out all the stations and how everything fits together. Now, there's a very cool gamification way when it comes down to kind of using sort of paying some fees to kind of go to different train stations to get different backgrounds. The metadata updates, it's very cool, very interesting. The team are super talented. It's interesting. Plus, it's a free mint, hitting that free mint meta. Now, look, Gorilla's done a video on it. Coach has done a video on it. Like, everyone has done some stuff. Everyone's talking about this. So this is a very cool, interesting project that I will be minting. Now, next up is Atomoverse. Now, the art is very cool. The artist is super talented, and the founder has his head screwed on very well. Now, they've got a Genesis collection of 155, which gives you an idea and a chance to kind of have a look and see how that's performed, what the community is like, which is a good step before getting into the collection of 5,555. Now, it's minting at 0.069 ETH each, which I think is good. The art is sick. The art's high quality. But the thing that gets me excited about Atomoverse is the fact that they have these portals. Now, the idea is you're going to be able to kind of soft stake, get portals, which will then let them expand their ecosystem, but not in a way of just supplying airdrop after airdrop. They're almost gamifying the way. Then the fact is, with these portals, you can then kind of send your Atomo through the portal, but you don't need to own one, which can then go in with the collaborations that they're actually doing themselves, which means that you can then easily collaborate with other big brands, projects itself, because they've set up this infrastructure to begin with. I think the art's sick. I think the artist is cool. I think the founder has everything together. He's also from Sydney himself. When we jumped on a call, we were just vibing for a whole bunch of time. Very interesting guy, very interesting way that they want to kind of position Atomoverse and how it's actually going to expand into a brand and what they're actually doing. So I am minting this coming up very soon. The next up on the list, and I'm excited for this one, is Mystics. Now, first up, if you haven't seen Mystics, you've been living under a rock. The art is dope. Now, one of the main draw cards with Mystics is Amir is advising it, but he's not just advising it on his own. He's got a whole bunch of the Dark Echelon crew. Now, full disclosure, I'm a Dark Echelon holder. Everyone that was in DE got a whitelist for Mystics. Now, the thing is with Mystics is they're taking the entire ecosystem of what the Dark echelon guys are and pumping through really good collabs, really good marketing, really good strategy, really good everything, and doing it at a top tier level. If you look at the amount of followers that Mystic has, it's crazy. So Amir has gone hard building up a team and a support network around it to actually get this to where it is, which is crazy. So Mystics is minting, Mystics is minting like almost right now. So if you're watching this video, the sort of whitelist is most likely minted, but they're minting at 0.059 for the whitelist, and then they're minting at 0.069 for the rest of the raffle. So with Mystics, I think this should do quite well because of Amir, the fact that you've got a whole big, strong community behind it. So that should be interesting to see how it plays because it is some high quality art, very interesting art, and everyone is talking about it. Now, the last one that I've got on my list, I'm excited for, I know heaps of people are excited for, it's CryptoMaze. Now with CryptoMaze, the team are crazy talented with CryptoMaze. They are incorporating different layer 2s, different mechanics. The demos for the game are crazy, awesome, and sick. Now they've done this very cool, interesting pre-mint, pledge mint kind of structure when it comes down to a pre-sale. And the idea is that you could pledge some USDC, which will then give you a better kind of drop. It means that you could decide a time when you actually wanted to kind of sort of mint it, which means that you could like reduce your gas fees, but you were also given better benefits beforehand. Now, I've spoken to the team on a couple of different occasions. Even when I was having a lunch with NFT Pastor, we were talking about CryptoMaze. The guys there are very smart. They know how they want to navigate the space, and I'm kind of excited for it. When it comes down to CryptoMaze, they will be doing the drop on the 25th, but the game will have its first demo 2 months afterwards, which is approximately September 25. So what's crazy about this is it means that they will be able to drop. People will kind of lose interest, die off, which means that other people come in, scoop it up, and then when they actually do deliver and then run again. Now, what's crazy is that before they've even minted, you've got crazy good demos like this. Now, it's also interesting, and I actually covered sort of CryptoMaze in a video. I'll link it up here. You can kind of go that's super deep and detailed, but the thing about CryptoMaze is it's not a typical play-to-earn game or things like that everyone's trying to do. They're trying to base this around what real gaming should be when it comes down to a collaboration efforts, when it comes down to tokenomics, things like that, which means that they're not trying to sell this to kind of just make some money. They're trying to actually get this turning into a giant ecosystem, which then provides value because they're going to essentially be getting paid by people using and playing the game and actually kind of sort of like discovering and playing the game, buying and trading NFTs, and essentially having a marketplace within the actual game itself, which is interesting. And then when it comes down to the mazes themselves, it kind of gets onto a bit of a metaverse play because you're not just playing in the maze, but these early adopters will be able to get their own maze, which means you can then customize your own maze, have different arenas, different battlegrounds, and then it eventually turns it into your own like mini server, your own mini metaverse where you can then host things. So I'm excited for CryptoMaze because they're very competent. They know what they're doing. They know how to kind of speak about things in a very technical aspect, but the long-term play is the fact that I could then get myself a maze, and then that's where we could do some giveaways. Now, what I want to say is like those are 5 projects that I'm minting this week. Now, you do need to do your own research. This is not financial advice. I do have a different risk tolerance to other people, so please keep that in mind when you are kind of moving into these projects. It is almost too late to get onto the whitelist for these things, but a very good plug for myself is if you follow me on Twitter, and I've also got a link for the Twitter account of Steeze. Definitely go follow that because this is where I do some of these giveaways. I speak to these projects. If I like them, I'll then go, hey, let's do a giveaway on Twitter. So projects like this, I will be doing giveaways in the future. So next time you see a video talking about, hey, here are the 5 projects, here are the 10 projects, here's the next project that I'm minting, I've most likely done a giveaway on it. So please keep that in mind. Go down there, follow me on Twitter. Also jump in and follow Steeze. So hopefully you got value out of this video. If you did, please consider hitting up that subscribe button while you're down there. Also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.